Hey YouTube. So now we're looking at the Allen Edmonds Cambridge, which is their balmoral wingtip. Both of these pair are in shell Cordovan. We have the black shell Cordovan here on the left and burgundy shell Cordovan on the right. So this is going to be very similar to a calfskin shoe that Allen Edmonds also makes. Their balmoral wingtip, also on the number 5 last. It's really virtually identical except for one thing, and that is the number 1, the material that they make it out of, but also the sole. So on the Cambridge they actually use a double oak sole, so it just means double thickness in the sole leather that they use. And on the calfskin version they use a single oak sole, which is just a little bit thinner. So this is a 6-eyelet balmoral, meaning that the eye stays are sewn into the upper rather than on top of the upper, and then wingtip due to the design. Heavily brogued, lots of punchings around the shoe itself, and very comfortable. They're made on the number 5 last, or as Allen Edmonds now calls it, the 65 last. And that generally is going to be a little long and a little narrow. So a lot of people, if you measure, say, a 9D on the Brannock device, you might go to an 8.5E and see if that might fit, or a 9D, and it just depends on your foot, whether your foot is narrow or wide, whether you're maybe just a touch off of going up in size, or if you're a true to size kind of foot. So I measure 12D. Both of these pairs are size 12D, and they fit me very well. The way you can tell that, by the way, is where the crease falls. So you really don't want the crease to go into the wing on a shoe like this. You want the crease to be behind the wing, which in these cases, as you can see, it is. So 6 eyelets. I happen to like straight lacing when you have an even number of eyelets, because it works out well and I think it looks sharp. Double oak sole, combination leather and rubber on the heel. You can kind of see the design that they use. And then the toe medallion is going to be a standard Allen Edmonds design on the toe medallion. They use that on, I think, all of their wingtips, or almost all of their wingtips at this point. So these burgundy ones I've had longer than the black ones. The burgundy ones I've had for 3 years now. I don't wear them all that often. I probably wear them 2 times a month in the summertime. They're kind of a summery shoe in my opinion, and I really like them, so I want them to last a long time. So as you can see, 3 years in, I haven't even worn the sole leather down to where this lock stitch is starting to wear through. And by the way, on a well-made shoe like this, when you do wear through that lock stitch, it's no big deal at all. You don't have to immediately get it resoled or anything. I've seen or heard of people saying, okay, as soon as you wear through that stitch, you have to get it resoled or the sole's going to come off, and that is not true. The way that these are made, which is called a Goodyear welting process, that stitch can be completely worn through all around the shoe, and the sole is not going to come off. The way that works, and that's beyond the scope of this video, but I just wanted to note that. If anyone's interested, you can read up on that elsewhere. So what's kind of neat about these, this burgundy pair especially, is the different shades of shell Cordovan. And what you can probably see it in the video. This is very light, these are light, this is darker, darker here. And that's a combination of things. Number one, the shell Cordovan material itself, just by its nature as a natural leather that doesn't have any coloration or anything added onto it, it's going to have different colors. But then separately, they also, what the better shoemakers do at least, is they shift the way that the leather sits. So this maybe with the grain, so the grain's running this way, but then on the vamp piece, they'll switch it so that the light reflects differently off of the grain of the shell Cordovan. And that's a little bit of what you're seeing here as well. You can see this is even different than that shoe. So here we have a dark piece, here we have a light piece. So it's just really a cool, I think, a cool appearance. And by the way, you see some of this white probably in the punch on the video, and that is just extra oil that comes out of the leather over time. You just need to hit that with a horsehair brush, and that'll come right out. No big deal at all. So anyway, brief review. As I said, you know, these, you can see the mud on there. These particular shoes, these are older, but I wear these kind of in the inclement weather. I tend to wear my black shell Cordovan shoes when it's lousy out because they're so easy to take care of. Just hit them with a horsehair brush like that one, and they shine right up. In fact, that's all I ever do for any of my shell Cordovan shoes. I use a damp rag and then brush them with a shell Cordovan, I'm sorry, a horsehair brush. And I made a video of doing that on one of my pairs of boots, so you can go look for that. Well, I think that's it. If you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, very positive review. I really like this balmoral wingtip design. I think it's a sharp look. I think it's something that you can wear with suits. You can also wear it with, you know, the less formal types, you know, jacket with odd slacks, or even jeans. I do wear these with jeans periodically. So have fun. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks.